Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the panel. Tonight is just Jimmy and I. We're just gonna shoot some shit, talk a little garbage, piss a couple of people off, have a little fun.
Of
What you think,
course, man.
Jimmy?
You're always going to piss somebody off, right?
Hey, man, that's what I live for. That's what I live for.
That's right.
So, Jim, how was your weekend? Tell us about it, brother.
I painted the first, my friend bothered me about painting an American flag, and I painted my first American flag I ever did. I have
Wow,
not
what took
been,
you so long?
can I be honest with you? I was never that patriotic. I love this country, but I think I'm just disgusted with the Republican and Democratic Party and the nonsense that people argue about, and it's not about us. So the flag was starting to mean little to me because
Mm.
they're not representing the flag. They're liars and cheaters and robbers and stealers, and they're not for the people. The greatest country in the world does not give Medicare, does not provide things that are the government should provide. And we don't. We hoard, we steal, we rob. And that comes down from the crooked liar Trump to the
Oh boy.
nonsense. Hey, listen, somebody just told me that, there was 26,000 dead people that voted in Michigan. And I said,
Jesus
that's not
Christ.
true. They said, yes, it is true. I said, how could that be true?
How do you?
Trump, what?
Wow. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
listening. I'm listening.
26,000, supposedly 26,000 dead people voted. Now, this is the rantings of a lunatic. If that was true, that would have succumbed the whole entire election process, and it would have escalated into a major situation. So if it was true, Trump would have been all over that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
for sure,
true.
for sure, for sure. But look, look,
You
look.
know,
Since we talk about robbing and stealing, did you see that article about PNB Rock?
Yeah, can I tell you something? I saw that guy in 2019. I
Mm.
mean, I mean, I saw his music and I really got into it 3 years ago. And he really is an amazing, talented person. He had a very unique voice and a unique style, which really brought him away from the mainstream rappers.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So let's
you
talk
know,
about what happened to him first before we start, giving opinions about the dude in general. But what happened was this guy was out in L.A. and he was out there with his boo. He had recently moved to Los Angeles from, I believe, where was he from? Philadelphia. So he moved to
Philadelphia, right,
L.A. from Philly.
right.
And I guess at one point during the day, he was on Instagram and he was flossing and he was showing all his jewels and everything. And then later in the day, he and his boo went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South
Right.
Central. Shout out to them because they got some amazing food. I've been there before live. But this young man was shot, and he was only 30 years old. He was shot, and they say that he was shot because they were trying to rob him,
Of
which is a
course.
damn shame.
Hey, listen, this is South LA. This is South California, man.
Well, South
And
Central, South Central.
SoCal has a very bad reputation of this.
Well,
So you're a rapper, you're wearing jewelry or whatever you're wearing, people recognize you. Of course they're gonna rob you, especially if there's blatant what we call blatant robbers that in the middle of the day are gonna go rob you.
Well, now, so what wind up happening is right. So I guess Nicki Minaj said something, and she made a post or something along the lines of, after there was another rapper that's recently died. So after this person has died, why are we still posting and letting people know our location and everything? And Cardi B came back because it almost seemed like Nicki was trying to shame the girl for posting that she was having a date with her boo. Now,
Yeah,
personally, I don't let people know where the hell I am till after I left.
yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I really do. But I got to tell you something. Um, if you are in the limelight, you become a celebrity. I mean, I am what you call a small celebrity here because I've designed, the cutting room in Manhattan. So after you do these things, I am no level at that. I'm just well known because of the venues I built. But I have to be honest with you. Even when I was going out in a small thing, I had problems and people being, very adamant with me and being very nasty. And yeah, you think who you are and people say shit. But if you're a rapper, especially at his level, and I mean, the guy is well known, he's playing all over the place. This guy is performing, he's doing records. Your life changes. You are no longer a part of social society. You can't
Right.
go out where you want to go out because you're a target. You
Yeah.
become a target. So this guy should well known. That's why people confine themselves into the safety of their house. They have people, bodyguards, people taking them places. They have private jets or they fly exclusively unknown. I mean, you can't just go to Roscoe's and hang out and think you're like a normal person because guess what? You're not.
So you're saying
And yeah, you're going to be a
so are you
target.
saying like Nicki Minaj is right in what she said? Like
Uh,
because it kind of goes to, it's a fine line, right? So like you shouldn't be a target. And yes, I will say as a person from Southern California, not all SoCal is jacked up. He was in a certain part of LA that is known to be violent and known to have violent people there.
what are you doing there?
Changing around.
Oh, because I want to go to Roscoe's? Because I want to go there?
I think Roscoe's got good food.
Yeah, I know. They have great food, but guess what? Who you are, you know that the area is no good. You're going with your future wife or your wife, your girlfriend, your baby, and you're going to have dinner. Guess what?
Yeah,
You
you got
know,
to be careful. And
top,
maybe it would have been easier if she had not posted that she was there. I'm not going to shame the girl for doing that. I mean, you have my sincere condolences, and I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. That's horrible what
well,
happened
this
to
is the problem with social
you. Yeah.
media and all these platforms that you go on. What do you think? Look, right now, me and you were having a show. We're talking. You're normal. If you saw PNB, I would shake his hand, say, "Hey, bro, you got good. I love your work." Or we're normal. But guess what? There's not a lot of normal people out there.
Yeah.
There's
That,
people that watch TikTok, and watch what's going on, and oh, look at this, they're going to be here. There's people that just are evil. I
yeah.
mean, to shoot a guy like that, these people have no emotions. They're just strictly, they have no social graces. They're animals. They're pieces of garbage for even thinking of taking a gun out and trying to rob somebody.
And well, they would. They took the man's life. They robbed that man of his life, and they robbed his children of their
Yeah.
father, which is
And
totally
now people that love
embarrassing.
to see his music or the shows that he was about to perform can no longer see this performer. They
Yeah.
can't see him anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, guess what? If you choose that life and that's where you want to go, then yeah, in a lot of ways, Nicki Minaj is right. Guess what? She realized 6 years ago when she was getting ransacked and people taking pictures and people trying to do stuff, she realized back then, hey, I can't do what normal people do because guess what? She's not in a normal situation. So she got it. I'm a little upset at this guy because he knows the air. He knew the area was
Well,
bad.
no, he didn't. So he posted himself earlier in the day with his jewelry on, and then his girlfriend tagged that they were at Wasco's Chicken and Waffles later. So it's just a tragic situation, a completely tragic situation, right?
It's terrible. I got to be honest with you. It's the same thing. I look at this as not a situation like Tupac and Biggie Smalls, which I both loved their music and they had such a vibrant attitude towards it, and they were really talented, regardless of what they did or who they were. This guy should have never been there. He
Yeah.
should have never been in that situation. Hey, guess what, honey? We'll send a driver and we'll call Uber Eats and we'll go have it delivered to us so we stay safe because you know what? This is not thinking logically. If I'm in this situation, I'm going to tell my wife, hey, guess what? Or girlfriend, we can't be posting things. We can't be doing things because this is what paparazzis look for. This is what people look for and what robbers look for. And he got caught up. Did she do it on purpose? No, she's an innocent person. She's
Of
not
course.
doing it. She's not thinking of trying to get her husband killed.
Let's hope
She's,
not. Let's hope
yeah,
not.
she's just saying, hey, me and my man are going to Ron. We're going to have a good time, and the food is amazing.
And yeah,
That, the red flags are up, man.
yeah,
You know,
it was tragic. Completely
it
tragic.
should have never happened.
Excuse me.
You know what? Well, you think they're going to catch these guys?
I hope so. I really
I
do.
hope so too.
So there was some surveillance videos and things like that, and so if you see something, I guess say something, and it's a fine line though. It's a fine line out there. But
And
jumping on, let's talk about Simon Cowell and Jennifer Hudson. So Jennifer Hudson has this talk show, and on her talk show, she had Simon. Simon was one of her first guests, and there's always been controversy about why she didn't win American Idol and why she was voted off American Idol. And
yeah,
some
that was
people
pretty
say
strange because she was really.
she was amazing.
Oh,
She
she
was
was
freaking
amazing. Yeah,
amazing. And
I was reading that a little bit.
yeah, and so I mean, what do you think? Do you think her songs were just poor choices? Because that's what Simon's saying.
Uh,
Simon's saying that the songs were bad choices. You shouldn't have picked them, and unfortunately, you lost because of your choice in songs, and that's a key factor, obviously.
Hey, listen, the songs she sang were pretty nice. I mean, she was talented, and I was blown away. Like, how the hell did she not win? She was amazing. But the thing is, this is what plays into politics.
Yeah.
This is where
Well,
politics come in. Hey, you know what? We might have had that person this, but now we need this type of person, or it could be their ethnic, their ethnic situation. It could be anything. We
so you
don't
think it was a
know what
racial thing?
goes on behind the closed doors of these fake shows, because that's what they are. They're fake. But when you have real talent come on,
Yeah.
uh, there was, that's an excuse to say, well, you picked wrong songs. Come on, man.
I
You
mean,
know,
but some of the songs you got to know the songs for your voice, and some of the songs she did pick did not go with her voice. Jennifer has
well,
a very powerful voice, and when they've got her singing Barry Manilow, I mean, what can you do?
yeah. I agree with you there. Yes, I mean, it's controversial, but who the hell knows? But still, no matter what, she she was she was the she was the one that should have won because there was nobody really that was close to her vocal abilities, at that time. And I thought she was, I mean, even my girlfriend at the time said, can you believe that they kicked her? She's not on the show and I
I
said, what?
couldn't believe it. I could
Yeah,
not
nobody. My
believe it.
girlfriend said that's insane, and my ex girlfriend loved her voice. I thought she was amazing. She wound up, winding up doing her own show and
Oh my
singing.
God, her
Yeah,
career has skyrocketed, dude. I mean,
yeah,
just for doing Dreamgirls alone and
yeah,
singing, and I am telling you,
yeah.
that man.
Dream. That movie was amazing, and I think she sings better than Beyonce. That's for sure. I mean,
Well, I
that's
think I think that they offer different things. I think Beyonce is more of an entertainer, and Jennifer Hudson is a singer.
yeah. Listen, I'm a musician, so for me, I'm listening to vocal ability, and I also heard how they enhance a lot of their vocals, but they never enhanced her voice. Her
No,
voice
no,
was
and they
the real.
don't have to.
They don't have to. She was just. I'm sorry, but her abilities are way beyond Beyonce's. Beyonce is an amazing singer. She's very talented. I actually think she's a pretty good actress, but Jennifer Hudson, to me, was she has a very dynamic voice. I mean, I never
I
seen
don't.
anybody.
I don't even think Beyonce would say she's a better singer than Jennifer Hudson.
No,
Realistically, she's a better performer. Like she's a better marketer. She's a better performer. She
listen. That's what
Yeah.
sells, Malik. That's
Oh
what sells.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I ain't
That's
mad
what
at you
sells.
trying
You
to
don't
get
have
that
to
bag.
be. I used to be in the studio, and my friend said, "Well, she doesn't sing that good." And I said, "Guess what, dude? She's got a show presence. That's
Yeah.
what they look for. They look for her stage presence." Jennifer Hudson was just a real singer.
Yes.
She
Yes,
was a singer, and she didn't have to as a vocalist. She's not a stage presence. She's giving you her voice. You know who was a horrible stage? Celine Dion. Her
oh
stage
yeah,
presence is horrible, but
but
her
the girl
voice
knew
is.
how to sing. The girl could
But
sing.
the girl can sing. Jennifer Hudson, not a great stage presence, but man, the girl can sing. I'm
That girl
sorry.
can blow. Yes, she
And
can.
and and yeah, a lot of people. I was very questioned about that, but I just think Simon Cowell was being diplomatic about it because I think there was just a lot of other things. I mean, it's not up to Simon Cowell. Believe me, there's a whole entourage of administration that say what goes down, and they predict the show. To say she picked some bad songs, no matter what, she did the songs.
That she killed.
She killed them, but to say that that's not the right song, I thought American Idol was about your ability as a vocalist.
It is, but unfortunately, they kind of put you in a shoebox when they start assigning like the songs that you can sing, right? Like they'll
Yeah,
say this is Beatles week, and so everybody has to sing something from the Beatles. Now
right.
everybody's voice doesn't match the Beatles'
Oh, she
voice.
was she was incredible. But I got to tell you a story of you experience this stuff behind the scenes as a producer. We were in Cannes Film Festivals with Danny Aiello, and Danny says, "Hey, Jimmy, they're having a producers meeting." And I said to Danny, "Are you sure you want to go there?" And he goes, "Yeah, I want to see what goes on." I never saw. Well, let me tell you something. Danny walked out of there devastated because there was a bunch of producers around, and they mentioned Danny Aiello because he was going into a feature film. And one guy went, "Well, Danny Aiello's only good in South America. We're not going to get any market in Europe and America with him. We could sell him in South America, but after that," and Danny was like, he was devastated. I said, "Dan, what do you think this business is about?"
Wow.
American Idol is about that too. Well, if we do this, we're going to get more ratings and we'll get more commercial value when we do this. Yeah, she's good, but it could have been done for controversy. Nonetheless, she should have never lost that.
No,
Period.
I agree. I agree. That show should have been all
And she
hers.
happens to be a very nice person too in real
Oh,
life.
really? Really?
Yes, I've heard a lot of pleasant things, especially people that did hair and makeup with her. And
Okay.
my friend Tony's wife did work with her, and I think she was on Dreamgirls. They said that she was just one of the most pleasant people. Very kind, very humble, very relaxed, very talkative to the crew and staff. Where Beyonce wasn't. You know,
Really? Well, Beyonce's a diva. I mean, you kind of expect Jennifer Hudson to kind of be like the friendly person. You expect Beyonce's like our Diana Ross. Beyonce is the Diana Ross of our decade. She is.
but
She's
Diana
like,
Ross was pleasant, though. Diana Ross
was she?
was,
I heard she was
yes.
a diva sometimes.
Well, depending on the situation, a lot of times when she was performing live, you're not really talking to her. But when she was showcasing stuff with other actors, they said she was very a pleasant person to work with.
They say
Um,
Patti LaBelle is a diva. I
oh,
mean, I
Patti
don't know
LaBelle.
if this is true or not. Like, this is allegedly.
Hey, I got to tell you, even if you're a diva, does that give you the right to think that you're better than somebody?
No,
Yeah, me, I'm a humble person, so I'm not. There's artists that throw crap on other people's artwork to get arrested and get a name for themselves. Yeah, they become famous that way. But I'm not a political artist. I'm an artist. I live as an artist. Um, I don't try to be better than anybody or bigger than anybody, but some people just have a chip on their shoulder, and a diva does not have the right to demoralize people or think she's better than anybody because she's really not. She does the same thing everybody else does. She just happened to get lucky. You know, but most people that are humble and nice really don't. Nobody wants it. Everybody wants the controversy. Everybody, they almost look for it.
So speaking of looking for a controversy, um, so Cheryl Lee Ralph was talking about. Okay, so did you watch the Oscars last night or the
No.
Oscars when they came on? Okay, so oh my God, I forget the young lady's name, but she does Abbott Elementary. Uh,
Okay.
Quint. I'm gonna look up her name, but anyway, she does the show Abbott Elementary. She's the writer and everything, and the show is absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite shows. I'm just horrible with names because I have short term memory, but
Mhm.
but so she wins the award. Jimmy Kimmel was doing a skit, and he was nominated for the same category that she was nominated in, right? Um, and so at the end of his skit, he falls over on the ground, and they announce that she's the winner, and he's laying on the ground. So she even asked him, "Hey Jimmy, do you mind getting up?" And he kind of just laying there, kind of going with the skit, kind of refuses to get up. She has to step over him.
Wow.
So Cheryl Lee Ralph was like, "This that was so disrespectful. This is complete bullshit. Like, why would he do that?" And
Right.
oh my God. And I actually was a personal fan of Jimmy Kimmel. I've been fucking with Jimmy for a minute. But like, yeah, Jimmy, you gotta do better, brother. You gotta do better.
Right. I think the Oscars is just a bunch of. They didn't want to give the Oscar for Best Actor to Jamie Foxx for what do you call it? For doing when he played Ray Charles.
Really? Really?
Yes, they were. It was controversial, but then again, do you know the uproar that would have been because there was nothing that was even close to his acting ability on that movie, and that movie was amazing. It's one of my favorite movies. If it's on, I'm watching it, and I could have watched it last week, and I could have watched it 100 times. I still never get tired of it, you know.
See.
But I got to tell you, I just think that it's just a bunch of malarkey. They I used to go up for awards and the Staten Island had the Chamber of Commerce Awards, and you would go for an award. And one of the directors of the thing even told me, he goes, Jimmy, it's political. They're going to go with the church first. Since when does religion go over the piece of art? After you create something and make something amazing, and everybody thought I was winning the chairman's award, but they gave it to a church that didn't
Mm.
even do anything. So, to me, the whole Oscar, I don't watch it anymore because it's extremely political. I think it's a big lie, and again, people are they're out of their element and they want to be. Sometimes that guy was laying on the floor because he made a scene, and if it's good, bad, or indifferent, like Clint Eastwood said, talking bad about you, talking good about you, guess what? They're talking about you. So
Yeah.
a lot of these people raise controversy. It didn't work for Kanye West, but poor Kanye, man.
Poor Kanye. So
Yeah.
look, R. Kelly just got some more charges on him for having child pornography, man.
Yeah, right. Can I tell you, Malik? What the hell, man? What's you know? There's a point where you say, "Hey, man, look at how grateful I have to be for what my life has turned into." That you do child pornography. These people, I couldn't believe it when I read it, man. They should throw the book at him and never let that guy out of jail. He's a disgrace. The women, the poor young girls that he destroyed their lives, and there's a lot of fathers that just want to rip him apart.
And
And
maybe some of those dads are in jail, and we'll see R. Kelly when he arrives.
yeah,
Because that's just crazy. He's just been doing too much. I mean,
no,
we
no,
expected child porn. Excuse me. I expected him to have like pictures and stuff like that, but when you hear the words child pornography, the whole idea, the whole concept changes, and it just infuriates and makes you even angrier. Like you want to just wring his little skinny ass neck, and leave him in a closet somewhere.
When I heard that again, I was disgusted. I mean, I can't even conceive. I can't even conceive the thought of that. What do you do? What do you do? How you throw the book at this guy, and then are you going to make an example out of him? There's something wrong. He's got a chip loose. There's something in his mental mind that is not normal.
You
You
know,
know,
honestly, they should castrate his punk ass. Keep going,
man, they
Jimmy.
should. I think that's too good for him. I think that's too good for him. I think honestly, they should strip him of his money, his title, and I think he should be a beggar on the street.
See,
Now he can, instead of saying he's in the closet, he can say he's on the corner with a
yeah,
chum change cup or something. I mean, that's what he deserves. He deserves to live in the street. I wouldn't put him in jail. I would just strip him of every single dollar and let him beg. And then he'll maybe realize what a lowlife he is. But what he's done is disgraceful, man.
you
It's
know,
really
unfortunately, if they let him out on the streets, there's some people that still fuck with R. Kelly. You know what I mean? They still
yeah,
really fuck with him, and
yeah,
so he wouldn't be out there for long because some dumbass is going to swoop him up. Look at the parents that sold their children to him. You know,
right,
so
exactly. Yeah,
it's just it's ridiculous. It's
it
ridiculous.
is.
So Jimmy, tell me, how much would you pay for a pair of shoes, man?
Me?
Yeah, like if money were no object and you could get the freshest pair of kicks around, how much would you pay for them?
I would definitely get pair of Gino Ferraros, ostrich skin shoes that are about 1,500-1,600 bucks.
Okay, okay, boom. Well, some Wu Tang fan paid $50,000 for a pair of 1999 Wu Tang Dunks.
Are
There were
you
only 36
serious?
pair made.
Well, at least they
36.
still got money, man. I'm happy for them.
I mean, but only 36 pair made in the world. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's
Uh,
beautiful.
that's crazy, man. Yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know if I pay that much for a pair of shoes, though, bro.
yeah. I mean, 1,600 would be my limit. And
See,
I seen pair of shoes for like $3,000-$4,000, but I would definitely maybe go to 16 because
six, six.
I'm a shoe buff, man.
You can't be that much of a shoe buff if money were no object and you ain't willing to pay 50 grand for the Wu Tang Dunks.
Well, hey, listen. I mean, if I had so much money, I think I could do a lot more with 50,000 and have a good trip or a cruise or go somewhere to put 50 grand on my feet. You're never going to wear them. I mean, that's like a pair of shoes that you're never going to wear.
I
I
mean, you're
mean,
not supposed to wear the mugs.
no.
They probably don't even have them in your size if they only made 36 pair.
So who cares? Yeah, well, I mean, just to have them, are they going to go up? Who the hell knows? The weirdest things happen in this country.
They really do. They really do. They really do. So look, Steph Curry though could probably afford those dunks because
Hey,
he is.
God, good for him, man. I'm glad they're still doing good. I see Wu. I live right around the corner from where they're around. I see all posters and signed, and some of the buildings have murals about them.
Nice.
They're really a great bunch of guys. His son was playing football, and I was helping him, and I'm talking to them. And his son was a really nice kid, and Method Man was in the stands watching me, and I waved to him and I pointed down at his son. He says, "This is your son," and he goes, "Yeah." He nods, and because I was being a defensive coach for kids, helping kids out and stuff. You know what really bugs me? Yeah, Malik, I don't want to get off the subject. You know what really bugs me? This story with Kim Kardashian and the mother, and how they were doing this for propaganda and to make money. And
Tell me about it.
the Ray J, right? The whole thing with the sex tape. The mother
Oh yeah.
wanted them. The mother wanted them to make more sex tapes, which they did, and he signed a contract to get $400,000. This is now. You're a mother, right?
Yes.
Now, would you ever dare do that to your daughter?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell fucking no.
Malik, you're normal. I can't believe it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For real, right?
yeah, I would never. I said, this woman, these Kardashians deserve to be broke. They
Man.
deserve to have everything taken away from them. They're disgusting, every one of them. If you ever saw my movie, I did a movie called Shut Up and Just Laugh. I did it absolutely for free. I
Okay.
didn't. It's on YouTube. and I'm making fun of them. And in the show, it's called Keeping Up with the Crapdashians. Now, I had a lot of controversy, but I made it short and simple. And I had a narrator asking these three actors playing the three Kardashian sisters, is there anything you can do, girls? And they're going, no. I mean, there's got to be one thing you could do. Come on, you got to have one thing you could do. And at
Honey,
the end, I said, you think you'd be interested in making another sex tape? We'd really be looking forward to that. So what I'm getting at is they're no talent, multi-millionaires,
I was gonna
and
say their talent is making money, Jimmy. Their talent is making money. These
listen,
bitches is paid. They living better than me.
hey, listen, but the point of the matter is, are you going to sell yourself and sell your daughter to become making money?
No,
Come on,
but
man.
people have sold their kids and sold. Look at the parents that sold their children to R. Kelly. People have sold out for less. I
Yeah, I
can't
know.
front, Jimmy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's say a sex tape got leaked to me. It happened like 15 years ago. Am I gonna care if I'm gonna get paid millions off of that bitch? Fuck no. Enjoy. Watch that mug.
Yeah.
Have fun. Pay me though. Pay me. Now, intentionally, would I do that to my daughter to try to pimp her out? No, that's a whole nother level. If it's me, it's different. If it's my kid, it's something totally different. So, Kim, you got serious on me, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't got no tapes out there, man. Ain't nobody gonna
No, but you know what it is? It's just it's ridiculous, you know.
see. Nah, I feel you, brother. I definitely feel
I'm
you.
sorry, you know, I know they have the talent or the art to make money, but do it. There's a lot of people that make money and they don't have to sell their soul or do something disgusting like that, because to me that's disgusting. I'm
It is,
sorry.
but unfortunately, there's so many people out in the world that support this, right? Because it's not just like somebody is paying for them to make money. Somebody is giving them their money. Somebody's out there buying the skin. Somebody's out there buying Kylie's makeup. Somebody's out there, and I'm not saying that their shit's not good shit because I haven't tried it. So I'm not going to say that their shit is good or bad. But the stuff that's come from these sex tapes, they have become entrepreneurial type women. And they are out there kicking ass and doing what they need to for their money. Now, are they slimy sluts? Yeah, yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but guess what? You know, they have do you really think they have respect?
They
Do
probably
you
don't, dude.
every
They
dumbass
respect the
kid
greedy
wants to
dollar.
Every dumbass kid wants to have butt injections to look like Kim Kardashian. They want to dress like Kim Kardashian. These are the fools in the world. But I know a lot of people that think that these three women are disgusting,
Yeah, but
like
I know a
me.
lot of women that I know a lot of people that think that these three women are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at it from this perspective. Look at it from this perspective. If Kim didn't have an ass, nobody would have made a big deal of her ass. But they made a big deal out that mug, and that's what she got famous on. The fact that she had and she went and got that done after she made the takes with Ray J. But that's what sold. That's what sold her image. That's what made her famous. That's what got her on the arms of all these dudes, these NBA players, and all these other people. I mean, that's what got her on Reggie Bush's arm. I'm not saying the bra's not toxic, but a majority of Americans are still fucking with these people because there's a reason that their show has always been like a top show.
Well, Hula just took them on for another millions and millions of dollars.
You see what I mean?
E, E-
Somebody's watching this
yeah,
shit.
E Entertainment paid them over 200 and something, $300 million. Now they just got a deal with Hula, and their show is on Hula now, and they're making more money than they have. So much money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
So somebody's watching it. So somebody out there appreciates what the fuck they're doing, and somebody out there supporting them. I can say like on some days when I was laying in bed, bored or whatever, I may have watched a show or two. I've seen the show. I can admit that I've seen the show. Am I a loyal fan that knows everything that's happened season to season? No, no. I'm not that
I
person.
saw. I did glance at to see what was going on, and what I said was that it's a bunch of morons sitting around a table talking about absolutely nothing that got nobody anywhere. You know, little Jenner daughters. They became famous from the show, and so
Yes,
the
and one of
startup.
those daughters is a billionaire.
Yeah. I mean, they came out. Oh, I got to get Jenner's makeup kit and whatever. And yeah, I think she sold almost $500 million worth of product.
Yes.
That's
She's a
insane.
billionaire. The girl is a billionaire.
That's
Now, they
crazy,
tried
man.
to claim that she was a billionaire before Rihanna, but Rihanna actually beat her to that. But yeah, that child's a billionaire. And they have some
Hey,
beautiful homes and they have a huge fucking
well, I got to
following.
tell you something. I got to tell you something. I have a lot of respect for Beyonce because Beyonce never liked Kim Kardashian, told Kanye West to stay away from her. Even Jay-Z, because they're trash. I don't see Beyonce didn't become famous. Let me tell you something. That girl is a show person. She deserves what she got because she got up every morning, studied her voice, worked hard at it, was doing interviews, and worked her way up the ladder professionally. But
Uh,
the
uh,
respect
uh,
level,
uh. Hold up. You don't remember the Beyonce booty shake? You don't remember that?
yeah,
Crazy in Love? That's what put her
yeah.
ass on the map. That put her shit on the map. Jimmy, sex
I
sells.
mean, not that her husband now was a drug dealer and he became famous from, whatever.
Hey, man.
I mean, look, I really truly believe that there's no justification for religion, but the energy of the earth and karma comes to us all.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a point where Kim, maybe she don't care, but her looks are not going to be there anymore because looks are not there forever.
They've actually
But
started to fade. Like, she looks kind of weird to me now. She's not as pretty as
yeah,
she used to be. She looks very weird. And Chloe doesn't even look like Chloe. The only cute
no,
one, the only cute one
yeah,
out of the three was Courtney to me.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
But it is what it is. So look, Wendy
I
Williams
know.
people are claiming, because the rumors are out that Wendy Williams was in rehab, right? But now they're saying she's in a
Poor Wendy Williams,
wellness
man.
facility.
Do you like Wendy Williams? Do you like her show?
I am. I don't care. I kind of don't give a fuck about her either way. I mean, I hope she's okay, because I don't want anybody to be hurt. But like, I can give a fuck. How do
Man,
you feel about her?
I, I never liked the show. I thought she was very like she was a little condescending to me and like she was a little uppity on her show, and
Okay.
she felt fake to me. It wasn't really a genuine show. I
Mm,
actually liked when Tyra Banks did her show more
okay.
than Wendy Williams, because at least Tyra Banks was trying to be nice. I just thought Wendy Williams was fake and phony, and
But I mean, she got her
I don't know.
reputation for going for people, right? Like on her show, she would go
Oh
for
yeah,
people. So like remember when she went
yeah.
after she went after Method, she went after a whole bunch of people, and I mean that's kind of how she gained her fame.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. She did go over the top a little bit with certain people, and she did cause controversy. But her show is not on anymore, correct?
I'm not even sure. I
Yeah,
never
I
really
don't
paid
even
to
know.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think her show is off, Malik. I think
Oh
her show is
wow.
off.
No more Wendy,
Yeah,
huh?
I don't think. I don't know. I never really. Who's that? Who's the other one during the day? I find her really very genuine. I forget her name. I forgot her name, and it's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, I watched
And
Sherry
she was
Shepherd's
really
new show.
genuine.
Sherry Shepherd has a new
What?
show out. Sherry Shepherd has a new show out. I saw that today. You're not
Who's
talking about
that?
Sherry Shepherd. Oh Lord. You don't know who Sherry Shepherd is?
No, I don't. I didn't see it.
You had to Google her,
And
man.
it's a brand new. She just started it.
She just started
She
it.
just
Yeah.
started the show.
Yeah, yeah. She used
Wow.
to be on, I think she used to be on The View.
Oh yes, yes, you're right. That's right.
Yeah, Sherry
Yes, she
Shepherd.
has a new show. She's not on the View anymore.
Mm-mm.
I always got a kick out of Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah,
You
I like
know,
it. I like Whoops.
well, I love Whoopi. She tells it like it is. That's what I love about her.
Yeah, she's
She
always very
doesn't,
funny.
make. Yeah, and a lot of people don't like that, but I do. I respect that.
See, yeah, no, you got to be you,
But
man. You got to be you.
yeah, she was the controversy of that show. The
Oh, the
View.
View. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. She's still on it though, right?
she's still on it. Yep,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because she was
and
the Roosevelt O'Donnell
because
of the View.
because she gets more reviews than anybody else on that show.
Really?
Yes. Whoopi Goldberg, even if they're good, wrong, right, or indifferent, she gets a lot of reviews from that show.
Wow,
I
wow.
know a couple of the co-producers. I mean, I know them. Once in a while you talk to them, but she's a big reason why the show is successful.
Okay, okay.
The other one, that blonde one they kicked off, I never liked her. She was very snippy. But I remember them having, who was it on? Trump's son, Donald Jr.
Oh, they had on John O. Jr.
Yeah, they had Donald Jr. on, and Whoopi Goldberg. she, I mean, she's a pisser because she just tells the truth,
There you
and she
go.
ripped into him a little bit, and that's the whole thing about the show. I think that's what makes the View. She makes the View very interesting. And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
lives in a beautiful. She lives in the Upper Yonkers, and she lives in a private area, and her house is not over the top, but it's beautiful. And
It is beautiful. She
you
lives in
saw it.
a place called Tuxedo Park.
Yes, that's right. And
Yep.
I was trying to think of the name. Thank you for remembering. But it's
No
all in a
problem.
gated community,
Yep.
and she's really, really very nice. She is a nice person in person. She does a lot of dinner parties and entertaining at a house. The guy I built the cutting room knows her very well. She's performed there and she's been there, and yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Some of my close friends used to be neighbors of hers, and yeah, may they rest in peace. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've been out
Oh,
to
they
Tuxedo
passed.
Park a couple of times. Yeah, yeah. So, but Tuxedo Park is a beautiful community, great community.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's part of New York.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
It's up near what the heck is that? Tappan Zee, right? And all that
hmm
area. Yeah.
hmm yep.
I
So
mean,
look,
a lot of people. It's really beautiful there. It really is.
oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Of
stunning.
course, the houses are in millions and millions of dollars, but
Oh no, I can't afford to live there right now.
no,
Maybe
there's no
later.
way. Yeah,
Maybe
I know I
later.
could. See, you hate to be. Take care and brush your hair.
Uh-huh. Oh,
But
and to go back to that one story I was talking about Jimmy Kimmel, the name of the actress is Quinta Brunson,
oh
and
yes,
she's the
yes,
one. She's the one
right.
that did the Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. What did Jimmy Kimmel do, man?
So I guess as she was accepting the award, Jimmy was doing the skit. So he was the one. He was the presenter. So he went
Right.
out there and he was doing a skit with his partner up there, and I guess the skit ended with him laying on the ground. And instead of him finishing the skit after her name was called and she walked up on the stage, he laid on the ground to then force her to step over him. So she's going to be on his show later this week. I believe she may be on there tonight to talk about like kind of what happened and her feelings about it. So it'll be an interesting show to watch. Excuse me.
Jimmy Kimmel's a very controversial guy. He lost a couple of shows. They canceled him, and now he's got this show back. I don't know what channel it's on. Uh,
ABC.
yeah, but I never. Listen. He's right in a lot of things he says. Especially about Trump. That's maybe one of the main reasons why I like him, because he does speak the truth about Trump, and he
Yep.
opens up to the possibilities of people. Hey, this is this man. What are you doing? But I don't know. I think that's over the top. I think that's over the top.
He did go a little too far. He could have got up. And so Cheryl Lee Ralph was like, this is totally disrespectful. You should have got up off your hind parts and, you should have shown this woman some respect. Because,
You know,
she's up there winning an award for being a writer. She's the executive producer. Like, this is her baby. This is her show.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I just think, when people, I guess, grow into a certain thing or a certain way, they feel they can justify anything they do. It's like, what's his name's smacking the comedian.
oh yeah, Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith. I mean, that's out of character.
Yeah, yeah,
They think that they can step out of character, and I think Jimmy Kimmel definitely stepped out of character. I don't think he should have done that. The Oscars is not a joke. It's not. It's a prestigious award, I guess, but be respectful about it. We have lost our dignity
yeah.
and our ability. We have lost that edge of respect, which must maintain, because without that becomes chaos.
But do you think it's because of the media? The media, social media, the presence of everything is so easy now. You get to everything so very quickly. And so before, like you never knew the president was cheating. Like people didn't know Kennedy was cheating on his wife until much later, until way after that man was dead and gone.
Hey, listen,
Obama blew a kiss at a bitch. Forget about it. It would have been all over everybody's news
well,
immediately.
here's another You're speaking of Obama and you're speaking about this stuff. When somebody does something wrong and they're starting to get accused of it, that's the first thing they say. And that's why I can't stand Trump, because um, Obama was one of the greatest presidents this country ever had. He did more for children than any other president in the history of the United States. But Trump, why ain't they going after Obama? Oh, and Obama had took papers. Why ain't they going after him? I'm telling people, because he didn't incite an insurrection. He's not an insurrectionist. He's not a dictator. He put his hand up and he played by the rules and the oath of the Constitution of the United States. We have
Yeah.
laws. If you want to change the laws, we should do what France does: get 600,000 people and sit at the Capitol and say, "We're not moving until you change this." But this is what I mean about this country. It's disgusting. Oh, Obama, he caused so much money and he made so many problems. The
Yeah.
guy walked into a nightmare the same way Biden did. Oh, Biden, the reason why we have inflation is because of Biden. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, the shit in Home Depot and Lowe's was so expensive when Trump was in.
Hey man.
Do you just don't walk in. We couldn't even solve one problem when we were talking about things and like, oh, how could we fix this? Imagine the magnitude of problems that you're running a whole entire country, plus the foreign affairs, plus the border control, plus everything. Just think of how intense that is.
I mean, it's a hard job, but these guys sign up for it, Jim. They sign
Yeah,
up for
they
it.
did. But you know what? Obama never complained about it. Obama never did an illegal thing. That's why they couldn't get on it, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, if you're listening to this right now, and I wish you were, you're a crumb and a no good, dirty doer.
And Mr. Trump, if you'd ever want to be on our show, we'd welcome you.
We welcome you. And first of all, let me tell you something. That's another thing that bothers me. Everybody always has to denounce Obama.
Oh
And I,
well, Jimmy, we're not going down this rabbit hole. You dragging me down the rabbit hole.
yeah, yeah, I know. I
But
know.
one day we're gonna have a Jimmy Goes on Trump show.
But I gotta be. Listen, you see how I get. It
You are passionate,
enrages.
brother.
I'm passionate. Yeah,
You are passionate.
Hey, I do love this country, and I play by the rules.
Yeah, yeah. Most of us do. Most Americans do.
Most of us do, and I want to play by the rules, because if I don't like it, then I should move.
Yeah, and I'm not going any damn where. It's a home. Shit.
Listen, I lived and been all over the world. Guess what? This is the greatest country ever.
Oh yeah.
I've been in the Ukraine. I lived in the Ukraine, and we are lucky. We are lucky. I lived in Romania. We are lucky. I've been to Belarus. I've been to Russia. We are lucky.
Oh, I'm
People,
proud to be an American. Fuck that shit.
I'm proud to be an American. And guess what? This is a country, we might have a lot of controversy, but when the shit hits the fan, we all come together. And that's what I love about this country. We can hate each other and thing, but if something goes down, we're right there, you know.
You remember right after 9/11, and um um uh, yeah, we didn't say anything about that, and that anniversary is just past, very somber day. Um, but remember right after that how we came together? Like everybody had a flag on their car.
Everybody, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Everybody had a flag on their
everybody
car,
chipped
man.
in. Everybody helped everybody. Everybody, stores were giving food and things to people because things were restaurants closed down.
Yeah, man, it was cool. It was so cool the way we came together as a country. And I
Yeah,
wish that was and that's what making America great again means to me. Going back to the time frame where we looked out for our fellow citizen and our fellow person, and
I
it's
mean,
just,
shouldn't it be like that all the time? You
it
know,
really
but
should. It really should.
it
But
really should. You know, but
but it took that. It took that horrible act for us to come together. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and
What were
then
you
after a
saying, Jay?
while it worn off, and that was it. I wrote a song about 9/11. It's called Pieces of Our Life,
Mm-hmm.
and it was directly about a father who was on the phone with his daughter that was in the second tower
Mm,
that got hit and the first one that went down. And the father was begging Sarah Marie Patty, her name was. I actually grew up with her. Staten Island lost about 350 people.
oh wow.
And she was telling her father, Dad, they're telling us to stay. And she said, Sarah, run down the stairs, get out of the building. Then all of a sudden, the conversation was my daughter told me this story, and she was on the phone with her father. And then the father says, Sarah, please leave. She goes, Dad, I can't. The stairwell is all on fire. It's all inflamed. I can't leave. She was on top of her desks. The floor was melting, and she heard the people screaming in the background. She goes, Dad, the floor is melting. It's sinking. It's moving. I don't know what to do. Sarah, please. Hey, Sarah, there's got to be a way. And next minute, the phone cut out.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The building collapsed, and she was killed.
Mm, mm, mm.
So we don't, we are fools in this country. A lot of people are fools because we don't realize that can happen to anybody at any given time and
And it
anything.
can happen again. It can happen again. We are
Listen,
slowly starting to let our guard down where we're not as cautious as we used to be. And it's just unfortunate that we're there.
uh, uh,
Everybody's complacent. But we've got three
everybody's
targets on our
complacent.
back, people. We've got Russia, North Korea, and China on our fucking backs. Be careful.
I got to tell you, a lot of people, you're talking about something that is very interesting because Malik, a lot of people don't realize the controversy that we're in this world right now.
Okay.
Korea now is going to be a nuke power. Iran is going to be a nuke power. Obama constituted it where Iran could never get enough uranium to make the bombs. But Trump gets in, I don't like this. And now there's all havoc. And guess what? Now Iran is able to get the power. So that, we're so contradictory to anything good. And here you have North Korea now. I do give props to Biden because, hey, guess what? Taiwan is a sovereign. We do a lot of business with Taiwan, and we are their sovereign. So, again, our call to our allies must be a call because that's what this country is based on. You
Yeah.
know, that's who we are. We're there. The same way the French helped us. If the French didn't help us, we'd be right now. The Queen would be visiting, and we'd be paying patronism to her. They'd be flying her over so we can all be Britons, because that's what we would have been, Britain. And nobody realizes how close we're coming to a third world war.
Yeah.
Russia right now is shooting and tooting their horn, but guess what? A small country like Ukraine, of course, because of us, they're winning a war because it's the
We're
United
supplying them
States.
with our goods, but yeah.
Hey, our military, no matter what, is the greatest military in the world. We're the smartest military in the world. The only pilots that are close to our pilots is Israeli pilots. And guess what? You unleash them, Israel alone will take care of Iran, Iraq. Israel alone, just like they did in '72 when they had the war. They took care of Egypt, Jordan, and those countries with no problem. It was like not even a joke. So I don't think that controversy is going to come from Russia. I think it's going to come from North Korea and China.
I'm worried
Cause
about all three of them. I'm honestly worried about all three of them.
hey, look, you know what? If shit hits the fan, do you really think that Russia wants to blow themselves up and China wants to blow themselves up?
But
We
Russia's
have
close enough
we
to us to launch nuclear bombs right there.
well, guess what?
Russia's like 15
Listen,
miles away from
listen. Where
Alaska.
thank God we are in the continent we're in because we're far away from everything. But
No, you
Great
mean
Britain,
thank God we're on the fucking East Coast.
that's right. Because guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah, because the West Coast is not thinking, because the West Coast is 15 miles. Alaska is 15 miles from Russia.
Yeah, but but us
They can
ourselves,
invade there and keep coming.
we have you're in the military, you know that we have ICUs and programs that can stop a lot of nukes. Will we stop all of them? I don't think so. But then
Eh,
again, we also know where their nukes are and we know
we
where
know how
to
to
attack.
stop bombs. I don't know if we know how to stop nukes.
We could stop nukes.
I know we can
Yes.
stop a bomb.
Well, no, we have the capability of stopping nukes. The only problem is that the silos that they use are not going to get every nuke, you know? And who's the first to get hit? You and me. Washington and New York are the first two states to get hit.
Unless they go through California and
Unless they go to,
Alaska's on
well,
that side.
California's the next, but New York, if they cut down New York, they cut down the world.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. So, let's speak about money since we're talking about cutting down, folks. Steph Curry just signed a agreement with Armour for $1 billion, or he's
what?
supposed to be signing it soon. Yeah, an agreement with Under Armour for $1 billion.
You know, Dre signed a deal with his headphones for
Yeah,
$1 billion.
Beats. Yeah, they used to be Monster Beats, and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but they made $3 billion off of it.
Oh yeah, they did.
So then, it's amazing the volume of money that's out there. People don't realize. A guy said, "Oh, the money that we're giving to Ukraine is a drop in the bucket." It's nothing, believe me.
No.
This
Well, it's
country,
nothing. It's nothing to. Well, it's nothing to people like Steph Curry, who, and I'm sorry, he hasn't signed it yet. He's expected to sign this deal, but it's nothing to people like that. But when we give all this money to Ukraine and we take away from the infrastructures, because our infrastructure is crumbling in this country, we take away from the educational system, which you alone know that we're what 49th in the rest of the
we're
world.
49th in
Yeah,
education.
so we're taking away from
And I'm
all the things
sorry,
that
I
make
think we
sense
might
to
be
make that
50
step
now.
up.
I think we might be 50 now. We were 49. I think it's 50. I check all the time, but our stats are so low. But honestly, that money that we're giving to Ukraine has nothing to do with this country and its education. Right now, this country could take care of Ukraine, help Israel, and be able to pay our medical bills and our college
But
and
we
not have a
don't.
problem with it.
But we don't. So if
We
I see
don't.
and we are trillions of dollars in debt as a country, we're so far in debt, it's ridiculous. It's crazy
I
out
know.
there, Jim. It's hard out there for a pimp. It is definitely hard. So I'm planning on going to see this movie, Woman King, with Viola Davis. But shout out to her for making her $15 million in sales her opening weekend in the debut weekend. So shout out to Viola
Oh,
and
that's the Queen King, the Queen leader, right?
yeah, yeah, the Woman King. She's the Woman
Yes, the
King.
Woman King. I'm sorry, the Woman King. Yes.
Yes.
Now I
Yeah,
heard
she's
the
kicking
movie's pretty
ass.
good. I heard the movie's pretty good.
I can't wait to go see it. I'm probably going to try to see it sometime this week. So
Oh, that's excellent, man. I
yeah.
want to go see it. I would like to see it. I think it's very interesting. And again, I was a big fan of Black Panther. I thought that movie was great.
Oh man, she killed ass on that one.
Man,
Or not her, but yeah, that was a great movie.
and that guy, I feel Chaz Bowman. What was his name?
Chadwick
Chaz.
Boseman.
Yeah,
May he
but
rest in peace.
what a nice guy and a great actor. I mean, really, just what a super person, and it's sad, that of his passing, because there would have definitely been another Black Panther movie, but they would never do it because without him, it wouldn't be the same. I'm
I
sorry.
thought I heard tell that they were doing the second one.
They are?
Yeah, that's what I heard tell of. I'm gonna have to do
Oh,
some research on
wow.
that, Jimmy. You're gonna have to make me look for that. But I'm pretty sure they're doing a second Black Panther movie. There was
Wow, that would be
controversy about
interesting.
doing it without him. But I think they're going to revise some of the roles, and his sister Shuri in the movie may take over or something along those names. So,
Wow.
at
I
any rate,
mean,
go
yeah,
ahead.
making another one of him, I wouldn't want to go see it because he really made the movie. He was a really great character actor in that, and again, he was a great actor too. I mean, there was that detective movie he did. I thought was brilliant.
Oh yeah,
But
he did several movies. He did
yeah, he did a
Marshall.
lot of movies. He
He
was
played James Brown. He played a lot of people.
he could have played James. Oh yeah, he was amazing with James Brown. But
He played Jackie Robinson.
unbelievable. I mean, but I think he could have been. They would have elected him as could have been the James Bond. He could have been James Bond.
Oh, that would have been sexy. But I love to
Yeah,
see Idris Elba do it.
I'm going for Elba. I hope Elba gets it because I think he's a tremendous actor, and I think he would play that charismatic guy, of
Oh,
interest.
Elba could totally pull it off. I would
Yeah,
love
he
that.
would. No, he would kill it.
I'd
People
be
asked me
first
that the
in
other
line.
day.
Booking.com. Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
And on that note, folks, thank you for joining us, Jim. I appreciated having the conversation with you this evening, my brother.
Always, babe. Always.
And we will see you next week. Have a good night, y'all. Bye bye.